which he expounded so well. Supatipanno yassa bhagavato sāvaka sangho. And to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, Dhammayang Bhagavantang Satamang Sasangham. To these the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, Imehi Sakarehi Yatarahang Arobitehi Abhipujayama. We render with offerings our rightful homage. Sadhu no pande bhagava suchira parini buddhopi. It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation, Pachima Janatadukam Bambanasa, still had compassion for later generations. Imme sakare dukatapanna karabhute patiganatu. May these simple offerings be accepted. Ammakang nikaratang nitaya sukhaya, for our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava, the Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed One, Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi. I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. Bhagavata Dhammo, the teaching so completely explained by him. Dhammang Namasami, I bow to the Dhamma.
Supatipanno
Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho, the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well. Sanghang Namami, I bow to the Sangha.
Andamayang Buddhasa Bhagavato Pubhavaganamakaraṁ Karomase.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened One. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened One. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened One.
Andamayang Buddha Visuddhim Karomase.
Yo soy Tathagato Arahang Samma Sambuddho. The Tathagata is the pure one, the perfectly enlightened one. Vicharana Sampanno. He is impeccable in conduct and understanding. Sugato, the accomplished one. Lokavidu, the knower of the worlds. Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati. He trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. Stata Deva Manusanang. He is teacher of gods and humans. Budho Bhagava. He is awake and holy. Yo imang lokang sa devakang sa marakang sa brahmakang. In this world with its gods, demons, and kind spirits, Sa samana brahmaning bachang sa dewa manu sang sayang abinya sa chikatawa pavvedesi. Its seekers and sages, celestial and human beings, he has by deep insight revealed the truth. Yo dhammang dese siyadi kalayanang mache kalayanang mariyo sana kalayanang. He has pointed out the Dhamma, beautiful in the beginning, beautiful in the middle, beautiful in the end. Satang sapayanjanam kevala paripunang marisundang brahmacharyang vakasesi. He has explained the spiritual life of complete purity in its essence and conventions. Dhammahang bhagavandang abhipujayami dhammahang bhagavandang sirasa namami. I chant my praise to the Blessed One. I bow my head to the Blessed One.
Andamayang kama vishuddhim karomase.
Yo so Kato Bhagavata Dhammo. The Dhamma is well expounded by the Blessed One. Sannidhiko, apparent here and now, akaliko, timeless, ehipasiko, encouraging investigation, opanayiko, leading inwards, ajatang veditang inyuhi, to be experienced individually by the wise. Dhammahang dhammang abhipujayami dhammahang dhamma sirasa namami. I chant my praise to this teaching. I bow my head to this truth.
Andamayang sangha bhikutim karomase.
Yo so supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. They are the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well. Uchupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Who have practiced directly. Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Who have practiced insightfully. Swamijipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Those who practice with integrity. Yavidam janhari purisa yugani ata purisa pugala. That is the four pairs, the 8 kinds of noble beings. Esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho. These are the Blessed One's disciples. Ahunayo, such ones are worthy of gifts. Ahunayo, worthy of hospitality. Dakinayo, worthy of offerings. Anjali Karaniyo, worthy of respect. Anuttaram Bunyaketang Lokasa, they give occasion for incomparable goodness to arise in the world. Dhammahang sanghang abhipujayami dhammahang sanghang sirasa namami. I chant my praise to the Sangha. I bow my head to the Sangha.
Andamayang ratanataya panamagachayo chewa sangvega parikitana patansha panamase.
Budho susudho karuna mahanavo. The Buddha, absolutely pure with ocean-like compassion. Yo and Buddha I revere. Dhammo Padipo Viyatasa Sadhuno, the teaching of the Lord like a lamp. Yoma Kapaka Matadeta Pindako, illuminating the path and its fruit, the deathless. Lokutaro Yojatatata Jipano, that which is beyond the conditioned world. Onnami Dhamman Ahamadarematam, devoted indeed that Dhamma I revere. Sangho Suketa Vayati Keta Sandhito, the Sangha, the most fertile ground for cultivation. Yodita Santo Sugata Nupodako, those who have realized peace, awakened after the accomplished one. Lola Bahino Hario Sumeda So, noble and wise, all longing abandoned. Oanda Misangang Ahamadarena, devoted me indeed, that Sangha I revere. Echewa me kanta vipo janaya kangwa tutayang vandayata visangatam. This salutation should be made to that which is worthy. Punyang mayayang mamasa bupandava mahuntu veta sapamavasiddhiya. Through the power of such good action, may all obstacles disappear. Hiratatagatho loke upano alahang samma sambuddho. One who knows things as they are has come into this world, and he is an arahant, a perfectly awakened being. Dhammo sadesito niyaniko upasamiko parinipaniko sambodagami sukatapavedito, purifying the way leading out of delusion, calming and directing to perfect peace, and leading to enlightenment. This way he has made known. Mayantang Dhammam Sutawae Ranjanama. Having heard the teaching, we know this. Jatipi dukkha, birth is dukkha. Jarapi dukkha, aging is dukkha. Maranam dukkha, and death is dukkha. Soka parideva dukkha domana supaya sati dukkha. Sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair are dukkha. Abhayagiri sambayoko dukkha. Association with the dislike is dukkha. Piyahi vipayogo dukkha. Separation from the like is dukkha. Yam vichang alapaditam vidukkam. Not attaining one's wishes is dukkha. Sanghitena panchupadana kanda dukkha. In brief, the five focuses of identity are dukkha. Sayatitam, these are as follows. Rupopadana kando, attachment to form. Vedanupadana kando, attachment to feeling. Sayupadana kando, attachment to perception. Sangarupadana kando, attachment to mental formations. Vinyanupadana kando, attachment to sense consciousness. Ye samharinyaya, for the complete understanding of this. Nalamano so bhagava evang bahulang savake vineti. The Blessed One in his lifetime frequently instructed his disciples in just this way. Evang vaga shapanasa bhagavato savake suanusasani bahula pavatati. In addition, he further instructed, Rupang anicam, form is impermanent, Vedana anicca, feeling is impermanent. Sanya anicca, perception is impermanent. Sankhara anicca, mental formations are impermanent. Vijnanam anicca, sense consciousness is impermanent. Rupam anatta, form is not self. Vedana anatta, feeling is not self. Sanya anatta, perception is not self. Sankhara anatta, mental formations are not self. Vijnanam anatta, sense consciousness is not self. Sabde sankhara anicca, all conditions are transient. Sabde dhamma anattati, there is no self in the created or the uncreated. Te mayango tina majati ajara malanena, all of us are bound by birth, aging, and death. Stoke paride vehi duke domana sehi upaya sehi, by sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. Dukkha dukkha pareta, bound by dukkha and obstructed by dukkha. Tate vanami masake valasa dukkha kanda sahanda kiriya bhanya yetati. Let us all aspire to complete freedom from suffering. Shira parinibhutam hitam bhagavantam saranam gata. The Blessed One who long ago attained parinibbana is our refuge. Dhammanja sanghanja, so too are the Dhamma and the Sangha. Tassa bhagavato sasanam yata sati yata bala manasikaro mahanupati bhajama. Attentively we follow the pathway of that Blessed One with all of our mindfulness and strength. Sthasano pati pati, made in the cultivation of this practice. Imasa kevala saduka kandasa antakiriya yasangvatatu, lead us to the end of every kind of suffering. Okay, so we'll have a period of sitting meditation, and then we'll have a period of walking meditation. I'll ring the bell about halfway through, and for the walking meditation, people could, there's the decks out the front here, there's also the walkways down below, and people can gauge for themselves if they want to continue doing the sitting meditation for another period, or do the walking meditation. At the end of walking meditation, I'll ask one of the... Do you go out and do walking meditation? Yeah, if you could find a bell, maybe at 6:20, if you could bring it to let people know. Thank you. So, so beginning our morning with chanting. It's a way of bringing to mind these themes that I had mentioned last night, or some of them anyway, the aspects of what we take as refuge. Because especially when we meditate,
if we don't have any kind of a refuge, then we go to our familiar refuges, which are usually either drifting into dullness and sleep, or finding some kind of distraction to think about, proliferate about, obsess about. So as I was just using last night of the theme of the Buddha as refuge, the primary meaning of the word Buddha meaning awake, one who's awakened, and which is a great theme for morning meditation, and being awake to our experience, being present for our experience. That sense of establishing awareness, being alert, being present, is so important for everything in our life, really. Our kind of modern lifestyle and our modern society provides us with incredible array of options of things to do, things to get, things to accumulate, things to, lots of things. And so we've got more and more things, and as well as material things, as well as things to do, and we find we don't have the attention to be able to, or alertness, awareness, to be able to pay attention to anything. Sort of there. So just learning how to pay attention to something simple, learning how to be awake and alert to something simple like our posture, our breath, and paying attention to the sensation of the breath as it comes into the body, as it comes out. Keeping the attention either on the whole sensation, in the sense of feeling it as it comes into the tip of the nose, coming into the body, coming into the sense of expansion into the body, feeling of the abdomen rising, the breath going out, abdomen falling, sense of a certain sort of collapsing movement of the breath, leaving the body, passing the tips of the nose. So that paying attention to that rhythm of the breath. In the Thai forest tradition, one of the most common meditation techniques or supports is to use just the name of the Buddha, and in conjunction with the breath. So on the in-breath, using the syllable Bud, on the out-breath, Do, Bud, Do. Again, it's just something to help the mind sustain its attention. It's one of the, the frustrations of having a mind, is that we want to be present with things, and then we keep drifting. And that's very natural, very ordinary. But it's that training and being willing to train to experiment to see how can I help sustain this attention? How can I be present? Like taking an interest in that process of how do we be alert? Where do I lose my mindfulness? How's that happen? Because often what we want to do is it's like I just want to be peaceful, and we forget that it actually takes time and effort, and just being willing to be with that. So taking the breath, taking the posture, learning how to get a balance between, say, relaxing, because you don't want to be tense, you don't want to be tight. It gets uncomfortable, it gets unpleasant. So you want to relax, But then, of course, as you continue to relax, and it's easy to sort of slump and start to crumple. So you want to be able to use a certain effort to lifting up the posture. But it's a balance that's needed. So that lifting up of the posture is also a way of lifting up that quality of being awake in the mind, being present. So getting that balance of not just sinking into sinking into the breath, sinking into the body, sinking into the moment, and sort of pick you up as a puddle, and when the bell goes, it's a lifting the attention and keeping a certain alertness, that sense of Budho. In the Thai language, when they translate the word Buddha, it has three primary meanings. So the one who knows, the one who's awake, and the one who's bright, radiant. So those are qualities that we can bring into each moment. Budho. As the breath comes in, the breath goes out. Being the one who knows, establishing that clear sense of knowing, alertness, presence, being awake to the circumstances. What's it feel like? What am I experiencing? How can I adjust this? How can I take an interest? How can I learn from this? So it's being awake to it. But also having a certain brightness, radiance, happiness. It's not just a chore that one does. Sort of that sense of living a human life with this quality of mindfulness and awareness brings a happiness and brightness to the heart. In the Thai language, or the word that's used for brightness or radiance, it's the same word that is used for when when a flower opens. Like when a flower opens, there's the color is really fresh, pure. And you can just think of like a flower bud opening, that sense of freshness, radiance, brightness, color, the texture of it, the quality of it. So this is the opportunity that we're giving to our minds. So it's taking something incredibly basic, incredibly simple. This present moment, this body, this mind, breath coming in, breath going out, but being awake and alert. So I'll leave it to people to experiment with that, work with that, and then I'll ring the bell in about, not quite 20 minutes, and for the period of walking meditation. for those who wish, they can transition to walking meditation, have a period for half an hour. So and then about 6:20 people can come back into the hall for closing chant and closing homage. For walking meditation, fundamentally it's not any different from sitting meditation. It's just a change of posture. So one taking the posture of walking, and similarly establishing awareness, establishing mindfulness, paying attention to that posture, usually say like grasping the hands in front of one, and then finding a place to a flat area to walk back and forth, usually about 15, 20 paces, 25 paces. There's a lot, it depends how many people are up. There's all the flat areas in the decks up here, over the flat areas, over toward the breezeway, down below, hallways inside, so people are welcome to use those spaces and use that as a mindful exercise, and it is walking meditation as opposed to wandering meditation. It is taking a spot and a flat area. Could also be down in the driveways, or even the parking lot down below. And just slowly walking back and forth. It's helpful to walk a bit slower than normal, in that we actually physically slowing down is a helpful tool for slowing the mind down, bringing the mind to a place of peacefulness and steadiness. Just keeping one's gaze in front of one, about 6 feet in front of one, and then just as we get to the end of the walking, whatever space you've designated, as you get to the end, turning around and just stop for just a brief second and recollect, am I present? Am I here? Am I awake and alert? And then beginning again, bringing attention down into the sensation of touch, just lifting one foot, moving it, putting it down, touching the floor, the ground, lifting the other foot, moving it, just bringing attention into the sensation of touch, and that just the movement of the body. Again, bringing attention back into the body, using the body as an anchor for our awareness. So please, those who wish to go into walking meditation, go ahead. If anybody wants to continue sitting, they're more than welcome. And then whenever you hear the bell, then come on back in.